What's up, YouTube? Double K Trucker, doing my first video. Wanted to kind of go over some stuff for you guys that are just getting out of truck driving school and getting a trainer truck. Now, fresh out of school, no driving experience, you're going to be 4 to 6 weeks in a training truck. You got some experience, probably 2, 3 to 6 months experience, you'll be 2 weeks in a training truck. With some of the do's and don'ts, that's kind of what I want to go over. You're in somebody else's truck. You're basically in somebody else's house. So treat it like that. You know, if they have rules, follow their rules. One guy I was with 2 different guys. One in an automatic international, one in a manual shift. We'll talk about that in a minute. The guy didn't want any shoes in the back of the sleeper area. So, you know, simple enough. If you're gonna go back there and just slip your shoes up, you know, or whatever rules they have. I mean, everybody's gonna be different. You know, no shoes, or maybe they don't want any food or drink back there, things like that. The other thing is, if you're not driving, you're sitting in that passenger seat, and your trainer's driving, and they probably will the first day. You need to pay attention to everything they do. You know, how they treat the truck, how they drive it, how they shift. If you're training in a manual, watch for those sweet spots. Each truck's different. Your sweet spots, upshifting, downshifting, low, high, they're going to be different. I mean, I watched, my second trainer I was with is in a manual shift. And I'm going to suggest training in a manual shift, whether you want an automatic or not. If all you do is an automatic, you're just shooting yourself in the foot, because you get out there and break down, and you know, you're going to get a loaner, and all they have is a manual, and you can't drive it, you're screwed. You're going to be sitting. So I would suggest at least training in a manual. I mean, if you want an automatic after that, fine. But get your training in the manual shift. Back to what I was saying. You know, I watched him, and I watched his sweet spots, where they were. And one day, I figured out how to float gears. It's not hard. It's all about those sweet spots. Just pay attention to what they're doing when they're driving. You know, and when you're driving, you know, listen to them. Don't get butt hurt. You gotta have some thick skin out here. You're doing something wrong, they're gonna tell you. I mean, I make mistakes. Everybody's gonna make mistakes. You know, one of the things I noticed was when you're loaded and you're empty, the brakes are totally different. And I had to learn that the hard way. You know, I'm not doing this one trip with my first trainer in an automatic. He was in the sleeper, you know, and I was just driving interstate, so he's going to lay down. Had this guy pull out in front of me, and I hit the brakes, but I hit him too hard because we were empty. And it about threw him out of the bed. So, I mean, you've got to just pay attention to those things. Pay attention. It's the little things. Don't ever get in a hurry. When you're backing, any good trainer is going to tell you it's all about the setup. Anytime you can do a straight line back, do it. Your next choice is going to be a 45 degree, then a 90 degree. You want to stay away from those blind sides. There's going to be situations out there that you're going to have to do them. If you have to, try to get one of these other guys, these other truck drivers to help you. That will spot you. Don't ever try to do a blind side by yourself. You're gonna get yourself in trouble. But the main things are just pay attention and don't ever get in a hurry. Don't get in a hurry. drive the conditions. You know, like tonight. I mean, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm out here in East Memphis, dropping a load off at McLean, and it is like pea soup fog. Coming down 40. I mean, speed limit 65, but I couldn't do any more than 45. I mean, I couldn't see 10 feet in front of me. So you got to drive the conditions. They're going to be different. Loaded, empty, raining, sunshine, it don't matter. You got to drive the conditions. But back to the training job. It's going to be a pain in the ass. It's not comfortable. You got a bunch of crap for 2 people in a little truck. I mean, you're going to be sleeping on a little twin mattress on the top bunk, unless you're running team. If you're running team, technically you should be sleeping on the bottom when they're driving, and vice versa. But some guys aren't going to do that. They're going to make you put that harness on, or whatever up top. You know, if they've got one, safety net harness, whatever they got in their truck, you're going to have to use that. So get used to it. Get used to being uncomfortable for 4 weeks. I mean, I did 5 weeks by choice because I wanted some training in an automatic. I wanted some training in a manual. I wanted to figure out what I wanted. Started off in a manual. It had some issues. They stuck me in an automatic. But if I get my chance, I'm probably going back to a manual. And the thing about that, a manual is, for me, you have more control of it. Especially, you know, mountain driving. You have a lot more control. Backing into docks, I did notice a big thing with backing into docks in an automatic. They want to lunge on you, and you can smack that dock pretty hard. In a manual shift, you can play with that clutch and keep from going into it too hard. But it's all a preference. I mean, if you're just not comfortable with the manual, go with the automatic. Just get out here and make your money. You know, I'm not going to spend much time on this. I'm getting unloaded right now. Sitting there waiting on the green light. I'm going to head back to the terminal, do my 10, and take off to Missouri. And I'm going to suggest to you guys coming out of truck driving school and you're thinking about drive-in, don't do drive-in. Find somewhere where you can do reefer. Because guess what? When you're a reefer driver, you can pull dry loads too. You know, turn the reefer off and there you go. You got a dry box. You can do them both. You got a dry box, you can't do it. And reefer's recession proof. Everybody's going to need food. That's just me. There's not really much extra work to it. Just keeping an eye on your reefer, keeping the temperature set right, keeping fuel in it. It's not hard at all. But you flatbed guys, if that's what you want to do, more power to you. There's some work in that. Just at my age, I mean, I'm in my mid-40s. I've done my back-breaking work. You know, but I think eventually, right now, I'm not real comfortable with telling you guys who I'm working for. Which there's some keys to that if you're watching the videos. But good company, sliding pay scale, which I like. They pay more for shorter hauls. They've taken good care of me. They've done me right. You know, I did make my first green mistake though, and everybody's gonna make them. And mine could have been bad, really bad. tell you this, and I'm gonna end the video. You know, I ain't afraid to admit my faults. I mean, I had to laugh at myself after the fact. But I hooked up to a trailer. Then was going to go through the shop and get my transfer inspection done. I mean, you're supposed to do it to a trailer. But that day we couldn't because they were working on the other side of the bay, so you couldn't pull through. So I had to drop the trailer. So what I had done when I hooked up to that trailer, I forgot to pull the parking brake. So I went out there and pulled the fifth wheel lock, and guess what? The truck rolled on my foot. Thought I broke it. Should have broke it. I'm lowballing it. 2,000 pounds at least on my foot. You know, the adrenaline rush, and I was able to get my foot out. It's because I had my work boots on. It kind of, my foot acted like a wheel chalk. It didn't actually go all the way over my foot. My boot stopped it, but it was kind of halfway up my foot. So I was able to jerk it out, run up to the cab, and pull the parking brake before it rolled and hit something. Things like that. Yeah, I was in a hurry. That. Never get in a hurry. Never rush out here. I was in a rush because I was moving trucks. I was on a deadline, trying to hurry up because I needed to go to Wisconsin. I had very little time. I mean, I had very little time to get there. So that was my green mistake, and I could have ended up with a crushed foot. Ended up with a pretty bruised foot. I was off work for a day, day and a half. Came back, ready to rock and roll. Get out here and make my money. Gotta hustle. But again, you know, getting back to just don't rush. Ain't no reason to ever be in a hurry out here, because things like that will happen, and worse things than that can happen, being in a hurry. I mean, you're driving an 80,000 pound vehicle if you're fully loaded. You know, you can't get in a hurry. You're going to kill yourself, somebody else, God forbid. Just take your time, listen to your trainers, pay attention to every little thing they do. You'll do fine. And this diesel, it's gonna get in your blood. You get out here, I go home on my home time, 2 or 3 days, I'm ready to get back out on the road. You know, love being with my family, but this is where I need to be. I need to be out here making this money, and I don't feel right when I'm not. But all right, you guys take care. Give me some thumbs up, some followers. We'll see what we can do. Once I hit, I think once I hit 100 followers, I'm gonna pick somebody and do some kind of free gift. Do one at 100, do one at 500, do one at 1,000. Keep going from there. And the more I get, the bigger and better they're going to get. I mean, we could end up doing some headsets, dash cams. Get up to big numbers. I might even do some truck GPSs. We'll see. Yeah, give me some likes, give me some follows. This is Double K Trucker. And I'll tell you where Double K came from at some point. But alright guys, remember, keep that left door closed and them wheels turning. Alright.